Let's do it, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling alive.
Oh, at least you're...
Dude, it's the Toyota Losers Lounge. What's
It
up?
is, man. Welcome in. What's going on, everybody? We're here live in the Toyota Losers Lounge.
We did it. We did it, man.
We are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365. Sign up. And maybe you can be as rich as Superstar Dev one day.
No, you cannot.
He was telling us about his bets before we went live. He did well tonight.
Bet365 is they are partners, and I love them, and we all love them.
I'm telling you, after we should start, it's going to at a certain point just be Bet360, Bet5. Like, Dev's just slowly draining them. Bet50.
The Nuggets lose tonight, 128-108. That was the final score. You can see there in the top left corner. We're going to break it all down for you.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm Harrison Wynn. That's Eric Weedham.
That's right, guys. This is why I came back from Serbia. This is why I left the embrace of my loved Christina. I needed to be back in the more, like the stronger, more suffocating embrace of the Denver Nuggets.
Well, the good thing about you returning is you brought this rakia with you.
Yeah.
We have a big supply of rakia in-house with us tonight. The demand is 3 people. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
And then that's Superstar Dev over there.
This game was fun. Never. It was never fun.
I know.
I never enjoyed it. I could not believe we had to go through this, and I am so ready to put this one in the toilet.
Dude, who knew that the pregame was the postgame?
Should we get into a fast recap?
Please,
of this one?
yes.
You want us to go through it?
I took 0 notes on this game.
Okay.
Just FYI. 0 notes. Because the only note you really needed to know was that Nikola Jokic was ruled out of this game. Late scratch. About 45 minutes before tip-off, right elbow inflammation. He took the court to warm up during his usual warm-up tonight in an arm sleeve. In a gray arm sleeve. It's the weirdest sight you'll ever see. And he, I think, ended his warm-up early, aggravated an elbow injury or injured his elbow during warm-ups and did not play tonight. Aaron Gordon was also out, back-to-back. He's just coming back from that calf injury. No surprise there. But Jokic being out and him being a late scratch, especially because the Nuggets definitely were not prepared for that, that set the tone for this game. Me and Dev were watching this game upstairs. This was a 20-point game. It felt like the whole night.
It was.
From like the middle of it obviously wasn't, but second quarter through the end of this game, it was a 20-point game. The Rockets handled the Nuggets very easily. There were a couple bright spots for Denver, not many, but this was shaping up to be a big game. Nuggets obviously playing great basketball, getting some rhythm, some real momentum for one of the few times this season. And the Rockets number 2 in the West, but the Jokic injury sucked the life out of this game, and the Nuggets got killed. They got killed, no way around it. So that's your fast recap right there. Red Hawk Roofing, big takeaways.
Yeah, Dev.
Superstar Dev, what do you got for us tonight?
Dev, what's your big takeaway from this game?
My big takeaway in this one, I'm not going to go with the easy one. I'm going to go with another solid game from Peyton Watson. I really do like what I'm seeing. He had 3 blocks.
Positive man on earth. This is unbelievable.
He had 3 blocks in this game, and he also showed up offensively. He competed on both ends of the floor. He got, 22 minutes in this game. I think that trying to put him in these type of spots where he's able to learn while on the fly, getting different types of, archetypes of guards that he's able to guard on any given night, and as many minutes as possible defensively, in the long run is going to work and help the Nuggets. So I love the fact that he was able to get into the game and make an impact in the game. This is another good game in a row. He's put together a lot more games in a row. And also, his streak continues on blocks, Harrison.
3 blocks tonight.
3 blocks in this one. Is it what, 15 straight games or something like that?
I think it's 14 or 15, yeah.
That's
with
my
a block.
That's my standout right now.
It's a good big takeaway. He had some real good minutes tonight. Tough to stand out though on this one. D-line, what's your Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway?
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. God,
Yeah.
if I had to point out, like we all watched the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
we did. Yeah, we
people,
watched it.
but we watch the game. We watch the NBA, and like some people they see the game in different ways. I see the game differently than other people. I believe. Like I have a view of the game that I don't think other people share. I have like a vision that other people don't have. And to me, like what I saw, this team needs Nikola Jokic.
What?
Dude, they need Nikola Jokic. Without Nikola Jokic, this team is a disaster. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Jamal Murray gets triple teamed. He's not able to fight through it. It's the craziest. I just didn't see a game like this coming. It was unbelievable. You know what? Calvin Booth needs to be fired. Michael Malone needs to be fired.
Are in Rocky time right
No,
now?
I'm just reading the comments. I mean, like, calm down, everybody.
I mean, of course, but to play devil's advocate, they just hung with the Celtics without Nikola Jokic. They did that a few games ago.
Yeah, but to your initial point, like, Nikola Jokic is scratched 10 minutes before the game started.
Yeah.
And this is the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
And they also didn't have Aaron Gordon. Like, it was just like the second this game was announced, it was like, oh, we're cooked. Like, we're cooked. Like, you can't get that upset about a game like this. You can be annoyed that your time was wasted, but like there is no large takeaways that are meaningful to the Denver Nuggets that came from tonight's game, except for if you look at the world like Dev does, which is correct, and you see that P-Watt had a great game. Christian Brown had a great game.
Yeah.
But, you know, my big takeaway is that I just see the world different. You know what I mean?
Right. I have a negative big takeaway from this game. Michael Porter Jr. played 24 minutes in this game. Do you know how many shots he attempted? How many shots do you think MPJ attempted tonight
5.
in 24 minutes without Nikola Jokic?
Jokic wasn't there, so it had to be like 10, 11.
You would think 4 shots.
I overestimated with 5.
4 shots. 2 of 4. He was 4-7 from the line. So he got, to the rim, drew some fouls. But like 4 registered field goals, 8 points. And I think at halftime he had like 2 shots. And look, like, I'm not expecting Michael Porter to go out there and like be a number 1 option and just create by himself and just be the hub of the Nuggets offense for a game. I know better than that. I've watched him too many times to know that that's not really his game, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay. But I don't know. And look, like the Rockets, they play good defense on him. Dylan Brooks, Amen Thompson, they have physical defenders. It seemed like that bothered him a little bit. I just feel like he's got to be able to get more than 4 shots in a game like this. And the Nuggets, if they're going to have a chance in a game like this, they got to be able to get him more than 4 shots. So, again.
Yeah, what do you actually, truthfully, like, what do you attribute this? Is this MPJ or is this people not looking for him?
I think it's both. I do think it's both. Part of it is he's not. He still has his bad moments against real physical defenders and good defenders, and like teams that can game plan very well, that are well coached. Like the Rockets have been a great defense this year. That's a reason they're number 2 in the West. He can get bogged down by that stuff, but also like the Nuggets in situations like this, they just don't run enough stuff for him. They don't look to get him into his spots. Like it doesn't seem like they shift the game plan enough to him in times that they should.
Yeah, the Michael Porter Jr. conundrum is very frustrating because a lot of times we talk about how the team is not running plays for him. Why is he so reliant on having to have plays run from? Why is he so reliant on having to get the extra pass for him to get open? Why can't he create? He spent all this time of being able to put the ball in the floor. He's spent all of his time of knocking down the mid-range shot, knocking down the floater, and then you're not aggressive at all. He's too easily broken from if the one thing that he wants is not working, he stops. And it is with those physical defenders, those guys that want to get up under him. He just is like, okay, you guys have it. And there's a lot of times in the second half that he does check out where he just doesn't even put himself into play. He sits in the corner and just kind of waits, lingers around and just puts one hand up the entire time. And it's probably tough for a teammate to say, okay, let's get him involved, or like, because he does check out a lot of times. So I do think it is a mixture of both, but also he has to want to be in spots. He has to put himself in spots. He has to backdoor, grab a rebound and go back up with it at times. Work without the ball. Like, you just don't see that. So I do think that, I'm not saying it's completely an excuse, but I do think that it becomes an excuse of like, why aren't they running plays for him? Because they try and he turns them down. I think that happens.
Yeah. It's tough to get too mad about because it just is what it is.
It's tough to get too mad about, but it is like, bro, this is, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, this is a game where, you know, obviously the deck is stacked so much against the Nuggets on a game like tonight. You have to really look to the guys that are on the court to have inspired performances, because you are behind the 8 ball just to beginning. Like, the Houston Rockets are in a better position than the Denver Nuggets to begin with. That you can see why, like, that team has some players, man, and they are actually like, they are actually playing in a way that makes sense for the first time in a very long time, and you need your guys, like, you need your guys to step up. And MPJ was a no-show to a degree that I cannot believe that he was that absent.
You can't believe it. I mean, we've seen it so many times.
We've seen it, but I know, but like, it's just this thing where it's like, oh, okay, he's figuring it out. Like, we're moving forward. Like, he's got that hot start, and like, he's knocking down shots, and I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe you can be that absent and that invisible in a game like this.
Yeah. So I mean, that was a takeaway. Can we go to a positive takeaway though? Can I give a positive Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway? One? Is this even allowed? Can I double back on the big takeaways? Christian Braun played great tonight.
Yeah, I mentioned that already.
22 points, 10 of 11 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3. He's been in a cold spell from deep, so that was good to see his 3-point shot going. And I thought Jamal Murray played pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, Jamal, like, Christian Braun had probably his best game as a Nugget in a very long time. Yep. Maybe as a Nugget. Offensively, what did he miss? One shot?
One shot. It was a 3.
It was a 3, and it lipped in and out. And it was unbelievable. And he was hitting everything, and it was absolutely breathtaking to behold. And he had the same point total as Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Is that wild?
Yeah. I mean, Jamal, 22 points, 8 of 14 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3, and 5 turnovers. That was another story of tonight. The Nuggets had so many turnovers in this game.
That was the story.
Box score has him for 18. I think it might have been a little more, but it was just like a comedy of errors that time. So
yeah, with to stick on the Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal, if you would have swapped their stat lines in this game tonight, because they both are like max contract type of players, if Jamal had the stat line of Michael Porter Jr., it was just kind of a no-show, everyone would be talking about it. It would be the whole get him off of my team and things like that. I think this was a good Jamal Murray game. Yeah. I do think that even if you look at the game, they were sending double teams a lot of times at Jamal to try to get the ball out of his hands, which now puts Michael Porter Jr. at an advantage. He didn't take advantage of that. They put Jamal in a lot of actions to get himself going, especially early, where he was getting like Şengün on an island, where he's getting Dylan Brooks off of him and he's knocking down the mid-range. But you want someone else to step up and be aggressive in every single way, and Michael Porter Jr. wasn't. I like the mentality and aggressiveness coming out of Jamal, especially early on. He's like, okay, I'm going to make a quick decision, and either I'm going to pass or I'm going to try to score. But at least he still stays active, especially after a game like last night. I know that a lot of people thought that this was going to be a dud type of performance from him, especially off of his big game last night. But I felt like he was pretty steady and he was aggressive and he's still moving well, that's a huge positive for me. So I'm not saying that it was the best game from Jamal, but it was good to see him have another good game in a row, at least physically.
It was a reasonable game when he became the number one target for the defense of the Houston Rockets, which, by the way, they have a great defense.
That's the biggest reason why they're number 2 in the West.
They have, I mean, it's stifling.
Yeah.
You really start to see it. Like, they collapse on guys. Jamal Murray's tried to drive into the lane several times and just got swarmed, and he ended up looking silly for it. But here's the thing that's so frustrating, right? Is that what you're talking about, there's a game plan, is that we have to stop slow down Jamal Murray. This opens up the players that are on the outside to get more run. And so that should, by all rights, play into Michael Porter Jr. But it played into Christian Braun. That's wild that Christian Braun was able to figure it out. Michael Porter Jr. erased from the earth.
Yeah. Let's hit a break. We'll talk more about that on the other side. We're also going to have Brendan Vogt live from Ball Arena. I'm sure he's juiced to join the show later on.
I cannot wait to hear these vibes.
Brendan Vogt somehow has wound up at Ball Arena for 2 of the games without Jokic this season. Like the Celtics one and this one.
Yeah.
Tough luck. Tough luck.
Tough luck.
Let's hit a quick break. Guys, maybe you have a New Year's resolution you're trying to follow.
Okay.
You know, it's still fairly early-ish in 2025.
It's the 15th. You can still.
Yeah.
And it was just New Year's in Serbia when I was there.
There you go. Maybe you're trying to eat healthier. Well, check out HelloFresh. Are you tired of figuring out what's for dinner night after night, especially on those busy weekdays? Maybe you host a Nuggets postgame show and you don't have a lot of time to figure out what's for dinner when you get home. With HelloFresh, they make it super easy. Eat well with 50 wholesome, hassle-free meals to choose from each week, delivered right to your door. HelloFresh's new ready-made meals go from fridge to your fork in just 3 minutes. With the same high-quality ingredients and restaurant-worthy flavors you expect from HelloFresh, just with none of the work. Their lineup of prep and bake meals come together with minimal mess and only 5 minutes of prep. So your oven does most of the work, not you. The 15-minute meals, they're done in just 3 simple steps. So HelloFresh, they like to make your life a lot easier. You can use the code NUGGETS10FM. NUGGETS10FM. You can get up to 10 free meals and a free high-protein item for life at HelloFresh.com/Nuggets10FM. NUGGETS, the number 10, and then FM. 1 item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on the first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/Nuggets10FM.
FM stands for free meals.
There you go.
I think I was like FM. Was it not AM, right? FM? No, free
What?
meals.
What's that?
10 free meals.
10 free meals with HelloFresh. Also, shout out to Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 at sign up. Bet365 is an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche. Did we hit on our bets tonight, Dev? You hit Jalen Green, right?
Absolutely.
That was too easy. That was too easy for this guy.
We'll have a better night next game.
Yeah.
That's what Bet365 is here for. They're gonna make sure we get paid next time.
The good news is that if you bet on the Rockets money line, you got paid out, I think, in the first quarter.
Bet365, it's what we use to bet here at DNVR. Download the app, sign up with code DNVR365, bet along with us. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when you bet $5. This is new from Bet365. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, place a bet for $5, get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, back here on the DNVR Nuggets post-game lounge. We're presented by Bet365. Never ordinary. Let's talk about Jamal Murray some more.
Let's do it.
Obviously had the kind of coming out party for his season last night in Dallas. And tonight, doesn't get to 30 points or whatever, but I still felt like he had a very solid night overall. Shot it really well.
Yeah.
4 or 5 from 3. I thought he was moving pretty well too. He was like moving more similarly to how he played against Dallas than previous iterations of him this season, I thought.
Go ahead, Dev.
No, I was going to say, I really do think it's the movement for me because, he has to be aggressive in this spot. He has to try to create for others. He has to get the offense going. And they have some really good defenders on him, capable defenders that made him think. And they put him in spots where he was turning the ball over. He was having to get creative on how he was scoring, but he's still moving well and trying to will his team in different ways. And I like to see the scoring, going because when he is able to score, when he's able to move well, when he looks like he's playing healthy, the Nuggets are a very, very, very good team. So if you could continue to play on that, try to get some consistency, try to put it together for games in a row, because we haven't been seeing that. Part of it is him putting up 20 points for multiple games in a row. That's just not what his season has been. So you got to find that positivity, because that's been what's lacking and why they have not been where they want to be right now.
Yeah, I saw. What did I see? I mean, I thought he was moving pretty well. I think the thing that is most noticeable is that his shot is feeling more reliable, and I think that is also centered in his leg health.
I mean, a lot of times your shot does have to do with your legs.
It's all the time. Like every time,
if you're short, it's usually because of your legs.
Always, right? Yeah. And so I think that's like another sort of good indicator that if he's not feeling all the way better, he is feeling a little bit better, maybe not as good as last night, but at least like not like it had been prior to that. So that at least feels good. That's something you can look at and feel positively about. But, he also looked tired, which you can't really get too upset about him or about with him, because it's the second night of a back-to-back, which is just kind of an NBA thing. But, overall, like he looked like a guy that the other team was game planning for, and he was at certain points trying to do a little too much, but it didn't really feel like he had a lot of help either. Like,
yeah,
it was like that's what Murray looks like in the Jokic role, right?
Right.
Not quite the same thing.
I would love to know how back-to-backs were ever thought of in the first place. How are you like putting together a basketball schedule and you're like, you know what? Let's just have them play 2 days in a row.
Because they have a little scale. They're like, wait a minute. If we have
like, how did that
5 more games, we make 5 more games worth of money? And they just don't, you know what I mean?
Like, especially there's less than 24 hours in between games.
It's stupid.
You're traveling.
It's stupid.
It's like, what are we doing? But that's an issue for another day. Any more thoughts on Jamal Murray, Dev?
No, not really. You just want to see him continue to score.
Yeah.
I really do want to see that. And also, it's good to see opposing teams' game plan for him.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook tonight, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 6 of 14 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3. He did have 5 turnovers, though, which kind of overshadowed his night, I feel like. He had at least 4 of them in the first quarter, I think, and that kind of set the tone for the Nuggets in the turnover department. Here's what I'll say about Russell Westbrook, though, because tonight, he did score 17 points. Not one of his better games as a Nugget, though.
No.
His 3-point shooting, I feel way more confident in his shot now than I did at the start of the season.
Really?
And I'm much more comfortable with him taking threes. And I think he's even way more comfortable taking threes. And I think a big reason why is Nikola Jokic has shown confidence in him shooting the three. Like, there are a lot of times when he's out there with Jokic and Jokic will pass him open, to the corner or something. And it's a pass that's like, oh, you have to shoot this three.
Right.
I think it's given Westbrook some confidence. He looks pretty confident in his jumper right now. And he's shooting the ball okay. It's not like a lead or it's not great, but you take it, based on his track record. So his 3-point shot and the confidence he has in it, I'm pretty encouraged by that.
Yeah, you need him to take those type of threes, even if he's not making them. It's great that he's making them right now because it really does open up the floor in the rest of the game. You can't hide him in those type of ways that he was in the past.
It's shots that he's got to take.
If he's able to get to wherever he wants on the court because of his speed, you can't just double team the entire time. And they dare him to shoot. He's like, okay, I dare accept it. Yeah. What I will say about Russell Westbrook in this game is he opened up the floodgates for the Rockets in that first quarter.
Yeah, it was bad.
He's a big reason why they went on such a big run and did not look back because of those turnovers. And he really has to slow down, calm himself down on, doing those type of turnovers. They weren't speeding him up. I don't know where that came from. He just kind of was just trying to create and trying to do too much. And at times, I wish he would just slow down, especially early in the game. In a game like this, it didn't call for him to push the tempo the way that he was, or try to force the passes to people that wouldn't even been able to catch him. So I would like for him to find other people that he could play well with instead of just Jokic, because there's going to be a lot of times that the bench is going to need him. These other guys are going to need him. And I mean, it's not shocking to me he wasn't the same without Jokic, but he is a backup point guard.
Yeah.
You have to be able to run with different units.
Yeah, and to me, I mean, this is just like you really see the difference between Russell Westbrook with Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook without Nikola Jokic. Like this tonight was the Russell Westbrook that got run out of LA multiple times, like just charging into the paint. And, you know, obviously credit to Houston's defense. They all collapsed on him every time, also clogged the paint, and then, you know, he sort of went in with reckless abandon, no real plan. And that works when you have a safety valve like Nikola Jokic you can dump off to, and it catches the ball every single time. He doesn't work as well when you have DeAndre Jordan or Dario Saric, who like the ball will bounce off their knee or their head or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just trying, and oftentimes like that spirit is so welcomed with the Denver Nuggets. Like he's pushing it, he's making things happen, he's pressing the issue. But like tonight, it was just like, oh man, we can't. This isn't it tonight. And you know, part of me actually applauds him for it, but it just didn't. It didn't look great. It didn't look good at all. And it's, you know, what do you do, man? What do you do?
You know what they showed in this game? How bad Russell Westbrook truly is with Saric. That truly is never
The
going
Nuggets
to
tried
work.
that for 2 games.
They
and
were
we're
never
like,
gonna work.
no more.
Yo,
no mas.
There were multiple lineups that were trotted out tonight. I was like, these guys have never played together in practice.
man.
There's no combination. There's no time when Jalen Pickett, Dario Saric, like Hunter Tyson, all of these guys. It's like you just drew names out of a hat and you put them all on the court together. They didn't know what they were doing. It was hilarious.
Yeah. DeAndre Jordan started at center for Jokic. And again, no real word on the extent of this elbow injury, inflammation, whatever you call it. I bet we'll, get an update maybe tomorrow or the next day if the Nuggets practice. But weird injury. I don't really know. Like, I don't feel like too concerned about it, but I don't really know. So just like a weird thing that he hurt or aggravated during warm-up. So kind of tough to say. But DeAndre Jordan started. Not much of an impact in this game. He got kind of cooked. Saric came in behind him. Finished with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists.
Dude, he had a little bit of a little run there. In
had
the
a little
fourth
bit of
quarter.
a run, but overall kind of a disaster still.
Total disaster. Absolute disaster.
What did we think of those two tonight?
With DeAndre Jordan, one, I don't even think he looked at the rim.
Dude,
tonight.
he got so roasted tonight.
He didn't
man.
look at the rim. He was getting destroyed. Like truly destroyed. There was a small. There was like a two play stretch where he looked great. Multiple blocks in a row.
Yeah.
Tried to bring some energy.
It was the first couple minutes
Yo,
of the game.
he had some crazy
He went
blocks.
Will Chamberlain on him.
He went Chris Marlowe with those
But
slots.
he truly is a backup. Like he needs to. Before the game, I said he should not start, and he started. And I was saying that. I was saying he should have started. I don't think he should start. He needs to go right into where he's used to and what he's accustomed to, and that's trying to bring some energy. It's like a little bit too much riding on him as a starter because they went after him very early.
How many plays tonight where Şengün got it, even below the foul line, and he was like, "Oh, nobody's on me. I'm just gonna do my little push shot."
And DeAndre didn't even try
Hits
to get
the
out
front
there.
rim, drops in,
Right there. And then as far as Dario Saric, really, it was like a disastrous start, like very shitty.
Disastrous,
He was
dude.
horrible to start, his little stint. But he did start putting it together. He started getting a little bit more comfortable. He also he filled up the box score in those little terms. And it's against the end of the bench guys, but he's an end of the bench guy.
Yeah.
So I really do think that he kind of salvaged a rough
Dennis
night.
positive as hell. I love this.
Because watching it next to me, I was like, "Yo, Dario is horrible. What is he doing?"
Well, that's the craziest thing is that I knew your thoughts play by play, and then on here,
But then I kept on looking, and I'm like, "Okay, all right, there goes a play."
I love this.
Now they're trying to score. He's out to running. He's finding guys that are open right now. So he put a bit of things together because I really at points of this year, I was like, okay, he's the most unplayable player in the league. But he played like well in his like small stint. So that's a positive, I guess.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Dev, beautiful. But it deserves to be mentioned is that he's had no playing time.
Well, he's been hurt most of the year, and
he's had no playing time, and like it's not
bench.
that surprising. He's a vet. He's been in this league for a long time, and you can't be in the not only in the league but in the league on multiple teams. Keep getting interest from more and more teams. If you just absolutely can't play, if you're the guy that we saw in the first half, like you would just be out of the league. And he plays a little bit longer. His confidence comes back a little bit. He sort of remembers. He gets a little loose. It goes in a little bit for him.
Yeah, it's like when you haven't podcasted. You were in Serbia. You hadn't podcasted for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That first show back, you gotta get a little loose.
You saying I was rough? I had a SARS performance on last night's show.
I'm saying you're still a little rusty right now. just say it.
Damn. Roasted.
But maybe you'll fill up the box score later on the second half of the show.
Pass me the rock, please, dude.
The second half is coming out.
Yeah. Let's hit another break. Coming up, I think we're gonna have Brendan Vogt live from the arena. He spoke with Jamal Murray after this game. Spoke with Michael Malone as well.
We understand Jamal was in a great mood.
Oh, was he? We'll get to that on the other side. Guys, shout out to my favorite place to get gas, Circle K. Circle K, they've got the best snacks. They got the best drinks. They've also got the best gas. Trust me,
dude,
the best gas.
Top gas.
Sign up for their Inner Circle Rewards program with the Circle K app. Get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 fill-ups.
Unless you want to put that filthy name, like that non-name brand gas in your vehicle.
Who would do that?
You
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
All you have to do is download the app, download the Circle K app, put your email and phone number in there. After that, you just put your phone number in at the pump, get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 fill-ups. Totally free. This is just free gas that Circle K is giving you. They are proud sponsors here at DNVR. Download the Circle K app, sign up for Inner Circle for exclusive offers, new offers, purchase clubs, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly. They got great food at Circle K too. When you go into a gas station, you're like, I need some like candy or I just need a snack. And they just have a bad selection. It's the worst feeling ever.
For sure. I hate it.
You don't have to worry about that.
You're like,
with
man,
Circle
I've been
K.
on the road. Let's get some. You're like, got Good and Plenty.
I don't want no
Good
cherry
and plenty.
bombs.
Bing Cherry.
I would love
Cherry
lifesavers.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Toyota. Toyota, of course, it's the official vehicle of DNVR. Trucks have always been a part of Toyota's DNA. You know that. They've got durable legends destined for greatness like the 2024 Tacoma. They've also got the iconic 2024 Land Cruiser as well. They offer 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive like the Epic 4Runner. Toyota also currently offers more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from. Check out their SUVs as well, the RAV4, the Grand Highlander. You can check out their Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck too.
Damn.
Make sure to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain Safe Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East Aurora, Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets, the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. And I don't think we're going to go to Brendan Vogt quite yet. Haven't gotten word that he's available.
Did he quit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who impressed you guys on the Rockets tonight?
Jalen Green.
Yeah. He's been cooking.
He has been cooking.
He looks so
and he
good.
picked up the villain role. Like, I don't think
loves
Dylan
it.
Brooks had a moment tonight where
He
the
had a couple
crowd was
threes,
mad
but
or there was anything going. I'm talking about like going at the crowd.
For
Jalen
sure.
Green was trash talking the crowd. He was like saying, "Bring it on." I feel like he went on a stretch right before the half, like the last 3 minutes, where he put together like 13 points in a row. I was shocked there. Also, Fred VanVleet, I feel like he just always destroys Denver. It just feels like he scores on them in different ways. Like it's quiet, but like it gets them. So like that 1-2 punch was there. And then also Cam Whitmore, He just looks different. He's flying out there. It's just like he's not. I don't think he's good because we don't get to see it, and he's in there with like garbage time and stuff. But like his movements are different. His body shape is different. I feel like when he finally puts it together, he is going to be good. Who surprised you?
Eamon Thompson.
Good? Oh yeah.
Dude. He's like not human. I feel like Wemby and him might be in the same
but
phylum.
Not the same and the same kingdom. I would say that if you squint at Eamon Thompson and like take 10% of body mass off, that's P-Watt.
Right.
They look exactly the same.
Yeah. Very similar.
Which is like very encouraging.
Yeah.
Like that's because Eamon Thompson looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dude, I was also impressed by Jeff Green, dude. How is Jeff Green still in the league?
That's when I knew we were done tonight. When Jeff
Green's hit multiple
when the
three-pointers.
Rockets called the ISO on the left a block extended for Jeff Green and he hit that fadeaway. It's like we're done. We're cooked.
I loved when Christian Brown dunked on Cam Whitmore.
Dude, that was beautiful. That was
play
actually the one great
crazy.
moment from this game.
That was a moment for real. He rose and he just kept going up, dunked all over him. That was a good play.
Christian had a great game, man. He had a great game.
I believe we have Brendan Vogt live from Ball Arena.
I gotta hear about these vibes, dude. I gotta hear about
the
this.
Nuggets had to say. Brendan Vogt. What's going on, man?
Hey, fellas, can you hear me?
We can hear you
Hey,
loud
Brendan,
and clear.
did you catch that game?
I did catch the game. What a live basketball experience. What a treat.
Well, were the vibes in the arena as down as they were here in the DNVR HQ?
Well, it was odd because people didn't know. People were heading into the arena thinking they would see Jokic play, thinking they would see a great matchup between, the 4 seed trying to close in and the 2 seed. And pretty quickly it became apparent right about when they announced DeAndre Jordan's name in the starting lineup, that was just not the experience that they were going to get. And so I don't think folks even really got too upset. It was just almost, I don't think anyone even really wanted to waste energy on this one. Once they got down big without Jokic, it just felt like, that's.
I was going to say load management game for the crowd.
100%, man, 100%. Someone in the chat earlier put it, and I think it's been a big part of why this season hasn't ever felt like a real takeoff. Seems to be every time they put a good stretch together, someone goes down or someone gets hurt, and it's not to say that the good stretch is over. It's just what a golden opportunity they had tonight, and of course they're without AG and Jokic, and that's going to change the complexion of the game, fellas.
So. Were you there when Jokic was warming up or when he supposedly hurt his elbow, or what did you kind of see or hear around that injury tonight?
So the word is that Jokic hurt his elbow while warming up. What's I think of note is that Jokic went to warm up while wearing a shooter sleeve on his right arm. I still think there's a video up on the Nuggets Twitter where you can kind of see it. It's not prominently featured, but you can see it. He's hugging Jeff Green, and that's not something Jokic usually has. Combine that with the fact that a couple games ago, and fellas, the exact game in possession is eluding me, but we did see Jokic, I think, grabbing at his elbow pretty recently in a game after fighting for a loose ball. So the big question is, did he hurt it in warmups? Is it connected to something they already knew about? And that question was posed to Michael Malone. Actually, the question was, what happened to Jokic? And Malone said he hurt his elbow. And when asked to expound, was there any prior knowledge of discomfort? He had that shooter sleeve on. Malone denied it. He said, no, this is just something that popped up at the last minute. For what it's worth, that does jive with the injury report, which he was not on prior to the game. So one way or another, Jokic was out tonight with right elbow inflammation, and Malone did not yet speak to the staff extensively about, what the picture is here going forward. So there's your update on Jokic. And without Jokic, the Nuggets turned it over, I think, 20, maybe more than 20 times tonight.
Yeah.
For Malone, that was the key. He said, and that's what they do.
Do you think you could eat as many turnovers as the Nuggets had tonight?
Honestly, not. No. No, that's a lot. That's a
lot
large
of
quantity
turnovers.
of anything, dude. That's a lot of rice. You know? But Malone did say, let's give Houston some credit. This is what they do. They're an elite defense, number 3 in their defensive rating. They're top 10 in forced and turnovers and top 10 in points off turnovers. And that was the thing, fellas. Not only did Denver turn it over a lot, Houston scored a lot. And off those turnovers, that is their path to success. And without Jokic, they certainly knew how they wanted to approach this game. So yeah, Malone said not only a disappointing outcome, but a disappointing night overall. In terms of a more positive outlook, he did say, I think this has been our best stretch of the year, even with Aaron kind of working his way off the bench. And more importantly, he thinks the bench is playing well. They've been able to rest Jokic until the 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter at times, which is phenomenal, said Malone. But of course, it did not work out that way tonight. And then we heard from a frustrated Jamal Murray. And man, Murray gets so frustrated when they lose without Jokic. That's just my read on it. It really bothers him as a competitor. He said, this is just one of those games. He says, on the second night of a back-to-back so far this year, we've been so resilient. And, there have been some games where they've been better without Jokic, as we know. This wasn't one of them. And, Murray said, look, they beat us, but we gave them everything they wanted with all of those turnovers. Just a tough night, just a tough one. My favorite moment, he was asked, how do you limit those turnovers as a team? And Murray said, well, I had 5 of them, so don't turn it over. That's an accurate assessment of what could be done better. But ultimately, Murray was really frustrated with the outcome in this one. He did say he has seen growth from the young guys like Christian, growth from everyone on the team from the start of the year till now. And that's part of why this one was frustrating. They felt like they were I think rounding into form, and this obviously a bit of a rug pulled out from under them. Those are my words there. Lastly, we spoke with Christian Brown, who on Jokic and on losing without Jokic and hearing us talk about how incompetent they are without Jokic. He says, I think it's good for us. We're used to it. I think we've gotten better across the course of the season without him. Obviously, you want him to be out there every single time, and you're so used to him being available. But earlier in the year, we were terrible. The Pelicans lost guys is an example you can look at. And they felt like they've gotten better without Jokic since. And tonight, it just all didn't work out that way against a good team. And again, on confidence and shooting threes, Christian said, I just try to play the right way, and that will never change. I'll never be the guy to force up threes. That doesn't move me. I don't think that's good for us. I'm not going to change who I am. But a good performance from Christian Brown if you're looking for silver linings. Ultimately, this isn't really a night for silver linings. It's a night to flush, move on, and hope Jokic is okay.
All right, Vogt. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the update. And thanks for watching this game at the arena.
Yeah.
Anytime, guys. Let's do it again. Let's run it back.
Also, you're not allowed back. This is the second game where you've been to where Jokic didn't play.
I know, man. I know.
What are you doing to us?
I don't know. I thought I was doing my job, but apparently I was ruining everyone's night.
Your job is to get Jokic out of the starting lineup? Unbelievable.
All right. Talk to you later, Vogt.
All right, fellas.
I don't want to talk about this game anymore.
Why? Dev's arguing
Unless
with the guy
Dev
in the
has
chat.
any more positive spins.
But
to put on
Dev's
this
arguing
game.
with a guy in the chat named Fuck.
I told him, big fan of the name.
We're not at an hour yet. Now I have to go report that. God damn.
No, that's not his name. It's Pew Huck.
Oh, yeah. PHUC.
We're just reading the chat.
Look, I have
to report that.
What are you, neighborhood watch? You do not have to report that. It's not forcing you to report.
It's a 5-0. P Huck 5-0 on this show. Damn.
I'm not saying I
Do you have to report Chuck Dickwell's burner
Yeah,
too?
dude.
No, I have to go to the Federal Broadcast Commission and write this stuff down because we're on TV now.
Oh my God. Dude, Kale's got to file a report.
Dev, you're killing Kale.
See, now what's going to happen is
made that
everybody's just going to make that their name.
There's
in the
nothing
chat.
on the side. It doesn't show all that on the side of the TV. Thanks, P Huck.
What are you doing to us, P-Huck?
Should we go around the association a little
Please.
bit? Should we take a gander at what else is happening in the association tonight? Because I don't want to talk about this game
No,
anymore.
dude. What are we supposed to? There's no analysis from this game. It sucked.
I'm going to flush this game,
Dude,
as
I'm flushing,
every
man.
coach in the world says. Do you want to lead us, Dev, or should I?
I could lead us around the association.
Let's do it.
Well, first up, we have the New York Knicks win an overtime game against the Sixers. Jalen Brunson went insane in this game. He had 38 points. There was a lot of big scores, or at least double-digit scores for the Knicks. Miles Bridges also had a monster game, 23 points. OG Anunoby has 17. On the other side, it was the Tyrese Maxey show, of course. He had 33 points in the game. Paul George had a coming-out party. He had 26 points. I just don't feel like they ever compete against good teams.
Well,
So this
they're a
was
bad
shocking
team.
to see them like compete against a good team.
Have you watched any of Paul George's season?
No.
That dude is more checked out than you before you go to Serbia.
You heard his quote in the media the other day?
I'm bored playing the five. Yeah. Or I'm bored guarding
He's
five.
bored out on the court. He's bored.
I thought for sure that video was going to be like, well, it was like an interview and it was
I thought it
taken
was
out of
sent to-
context.
Yeah, no. He
Yeah.
like had time
I
to
was
think
like-
about
I was
it.
like- And then I went and watched it. Nope, just a normal press conference, and he just was answering a question directly. I'm bored.
He had time to think about it, and he gave like a 2-minute answer like he was on an effing podcast.
It was a podcast P moment. for sure.
Totally, man.
That is the greatest part about this era of the NBA is that now we have
He's had
JJ
like more
Redick.
podcasts than good games.
We have
this year.
JJ Redick and podcast P in the league. So JJ Redick gets asked like a normal question. He's like, well, first off, this response brought to you by Manscaped. This gives you like a long-winded bull S answer.
Oh, it's just unbelievable, man. Paul George.
People that have podcasts and they're in the NBA, they really do be like checked out.
Oh yeah,
They can't wait to record.
They
I know.
just can't.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Pat Beverly.
Like, oh yeah,
like, it was
content.
just like
That's going to be segment 1.
Austin Rivers. Like, I don't know. It's a lot
And beat out again, segment 1.
going on. This one is
Can Maxi carry us, segment 2.
He's playing. He's like, oh, I got to remember this for the fast breakdown.
What was that play? This is a shocking loss. Boston Celtics lost to
They
the
stink.
Toronto Raptors.
Frauds.
How'd Boucher do?
Yeah, dude. How's our guy?
He's been on a freaking run, man.
It's
Ever
like,
since he got in trade rumors. He's
yeah,
like, I
like
want
we
to
got.
come
This
to
is like
Denver.
when you send your player to the summer league. You're like, yo, how are they treating our guy? Are they bringing him up like the Toronto Raptors?
He had
farm
5,
league.
He had 5 points. He had 9 rebounds.
Okay, so-
16 minutes.
So maybe played himself back into a potential trade to Denver.
16 minutes.
Bro.
That would take 16 games for Zeke Naji to do half of that. Like, that is insane. It would take 555-ish games for him to get that many rebounds. It's pretty wild.
That's wild.
Jason Tatum, he was shitty in this game. 16
Kale,
points.
file the report.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. Jalen Brown, 10 points. This was the shocker. Derek White was a minus 29 in only 21 minutes.
What?
Derek White,
My 20. What?
a minus 29. No one else was even close. It was just him. They just went on a run without them. On the other side, Jakob Poeltl, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 22 points from R.J. Barrett. He almost had a triple-double, 22, 10, and 8.
Wow.
I just didn't think that the Raptors had it in them. Pretty shocking.
You weren't familiar with their game, bro.
Wasn't familiar with their game. Memphis Grizzlies win 129-115 over the San Antonio Spurs. This is a game that me and you were talking about because at the half, Wemby had 8 blocks.
He didn't block John Moran on that dunk.
The bucket didn't count. The dunk didn't count. We're going to count it.
Oh, it counts.
We're
It
going to
counted.
count it. We
No, this
still
one-
talk about when Aaron Gordon dunked on.
When Jamal
Landry Shamet.
Murray dunked on. Yeah, no, this one
Yeah.
echoes into eternity.
This one counts.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Wemby is racking up posters that he's being featured on as the
you know
guy
how I
that's
look
being
at that?
posterized.
He's not afraid to challenge shots at the rim.
That's what that means.
Or he's,
Yeah.
or he's unable to move out of the way in time.
He also had 8 blocks. Like, he's down there.
No,
trying.
he's listen. Nobody's safe tonight. You know,
Yeah,
no
no
one's
one's
safe.
safe.
Kale's in trouble. We're in trouble. It's all bad.
Castle had 26 points to lead the Spurs. He's a rookie.
He's good.
That's a bit shocking. On the other side, 21 points from Desmond Bain, 21 points from Ja Morant. Ja Morant also had 12 assists to go along with it.
That's a big win for them. Second night of a back-to-back for the Grizzlies, too.
Yeah, they wanted it. They got it.
How many points did Wemby have?
You know how many points he had.
He
have 10
had
points.
13.
13 points.
Yeah.
How many threes he shoot?
10.
10 threes he shot.
3 of 10.
And they lost.
That is
If
tough.
that makes you feel better.
That is tough.
Keep going. New Orleans Pelicans won. Oh, they beat the Mavericks 119-116. Trey Murphy is good. Like, we just might as well just go out and say it. Trey Murphy's good. He's having himself a good year. They found something there. 24 points, 10 rebounds. They also got 30 points for DeJounte Murray. He's good. The shocker was Daniel Gafford had 27 points, 12 rebounds.
All
Damn.
dunks.
Of course it was all dunks.
27 points from
12 or 13 from the field.
Probably all dunks.
That's wild.
I mean, he's not trying to explore or extend his game. The Milwaukee Bucks win 122-93 over the Magic. This was just, it's the Magic. They're starting to come back to reality, I feel like. Ben Carroll had 22 points. Damian Lillard had 30. Giannis had 26 points, 11 rebounds.
The Bucks have been mentioned as a potential Jimmy Butler landing spot.
I mean, why not? Like, I feel like once you start piling up, guys whose best days are behind them, like, just keep it going. The Lakers have used this.
Yeah.
The Heat have used this. The Suns have perfected this. Just like,
they're the best at
just
it.
bring them on, dude. Just keep it coming.
The Atlanta Hawks beat the Bulls. This one is, I don't even know who these people are that played well in this game. I'm not even going to lie to you. Keaton Wallace,
Who he played for?
27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, plus 29. Plus 29.
Damn. Keaton Wallace, shout out.
Keaton Wallace. They also have a guy named Daquan Plowden.
Plowden.
Daquan.
Yeah, 3 and D.
Oh, my
Boy,
God.
he did just that. He had 19 points. He also had 5 of 6 from the field. He had no steals or blocks, so I was going to say that actually works out, but I don't know who they play for.
I'm lying right now.
Oh, that really shocked me. Zach LaVine, not a good game. 15 points.
Oh, my
That's
God.
it.
What?
Have you seen the score of the Clippers versus the Brooklyn
Dev's
Nets?
probably going to get to it.
It's in the
Oh,
third
no.
quarter.
I don't
I thought it was a glitch. It is 84-38.
The Nets
In
are
the third
down.
quarter,
Oh,
yes.
man.
The Nets are down.
The tank is on.
The Nets have 38 points. They're down 84-38 in the third.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's brutal. Also, there's only 6 seconds left. Golden State is up 114-112 on an ESPN game. The Lakers just beat the Heat 117-108, and like you just saw, the blowout. Clippers are up 87-38. You want to talk about getting out to a game and being pissed off? I would be livid.
I mean, listen, you got a lot of toilets. You know what I mean? Like, there's just
a
like
lot of toilets to choose from. But I did hear that there's like no TVs in the like concourses,
right,
because
because they want you to
crypto.
come back to the
Right, 'cause
But
they
there's a
want
lot
you
of
to-
toilets. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of toilets. Well, hell of a night in the association.
Wow.
I don't know if you have to do a report for that word, Kel. Sorry. Okay. Should we hit super chats and get out of here? Let's
Dude,
do it.
holy sickos! The people super chatted.
Peter Duck. What a pointless game. I really hope Jokic is
Yes,
okay.
yes on all counts. You get
As Belichick once said, this is also from Peter Duck. On to Cincinnati.
it. We're on to Cincinnati.
We're really on to Miami, though. From Jay.
in the bar tonight.
Dirty diaper game for sure, guys.
Yep.
Only plus side for me is I do not have to talk about this game for an hour afterwards. Y'all are troopers.
Well, we only talked about this game for
they
like
pay us the big bucks.
we
man.
only talked about it for like 35 minutes if you count in breaks and then the association stuff. We got off the game pretty early.
Could P-Watt, this is from Easy, could P-Watt theoretically take MPJ's spot as a starter? With P-Watt's progression,
No.
I'd maybe take a huge improvement in D compared to the dip in offense.
No chance.
I don't think so. You need MPJ's shooting, man.
You can't
in spacing.
You can't judge any Denver Nugget off of tonight's
No,
game.
this is a game you
You can be
flush.
mad, but like, come on.
Sean Ingram, silver linings tonight. Jamal looked great. CB hit his open jumpers with confidence, and Dario Saric took another step to securing his spot as the worst basketball player in
Damn, step up for your boy. This Shark said it won't stand.
That is not my boy. That is not my boy.
5-5-5-5-5-ish. Zeke almost played exactly 5 minutes
Almost.
and 55 seconds
close.
tonight. As soon as that happened, 5-5-5-5-5-ish added the Nuggets account on Twitter. As soon as it happens. 105 minutes and 4 seconds down, only 449 minutes,
Oh my
56
God.
seconds, so 555. Shout out to the guy counting the Zeke rebounds. What happens first, Zeke to 555 minutes or Zeke getting 50 rebounds?
What is Zeke's career total in rebounds? Has that hit 50?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I'd say 50 rebounds. Big Honey. Nuggets had more turnovers than 3-point makes today. That about sums it up. Shut up and take my money. No Harrison. We miss AG and our Joker turnovers were hell, yet it could be way worse. What are the odds of getting Chris Boucher? Hope that fixes some.
Yeah,
I mean, it
I
seems
feel-
like they're interested.
If we would have had Chris Boucher in the lineup tonight, Nuggets win by what? 40 points, 50 points?
I would put the Chris Boucher odds at 10%.
I think that I do believe the Nuggets really want to make, they're motivated to make a deal. I think they feel pressure to do so, even if it's just to say that they made a deal. But it does seem like Chris Boucher is a little bit of the belle of the ball at the moment. So it seems like maybe the Nuggets aren't going to have what it takes to get it done.
Kona Nugs fan, I want the Houston Clowns in the playoffs bad.
I know.
That's $100 super chat, by the
Oh
way.
my God. Thank you, Kona Nugs fan.
Kona really does not like Houston.
And he brings up an interesting point. I mean, they're not that scary of a...
No, I mean, this is
I would love that matchup.
Yeah, especially if you're a team like Denver, I think.
to just because Jokic would cook
Yeah.
Şengün, and then
Plus, like Jalen Green, obvious playoff dropper. Obvious.
but you just I mean like listen like it just the entire dynamic changes. You're able to
Totally.
put.
I agree. I wouldn't mind Houston.
You're
in the
able to put
playoffs.
if Jalen Green starts to look like that, then Aaron Gordon. Congratulations, you just earned yourself Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. Finally, Big Honey podcast PHUCK. I don't want to put any more work on Kale tonight.
Okay, I know podcast P Huck. Make sure in your report you mention that I was phonetically. The word I said was phonetic, but it wasn't the swear word. There's a difference. That's why words
Just
have spells.
Put it in the report.
It was.
I'm sure Jacob will really care about that.
It was a
nuance.
simple homonym, dude. It was
Make
a
sure it's in
homonym.
the report.
It's not my fault. It was a homonym.
All right. We're done here. Great show, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, everybody, tuning in the Toyota chat. Real sicko night. Leave us a thumbs up.
Bro, you guys are the sickest. I love you to death. If you're rolling with us tonight, if you're one of the 500, there's no one better than you. There's
We really
no one
appreciate
better
you
than you.
guys. We really
You're the
appreciate you guys.
best.
This is why we do it.
We do it for you guys.
We do it for y'all.
In the morning, I
Not
get
for
up.
us, for you.
In the morning, I get up. I put on my Jamal Murray shoes. Dev puts his on his Jamal Murray shirt, and we do it not for Jamal. We do it for you.
All right.
For
Talk to you guys later.